to know you better. This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
Well, good morning and hello and welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. You all, we are so excited. Christmas with LDM Authors. Christmas with LDM Authors. Oh my goodness. We're getting ready to have such a wonderful time. I'm looking at my phone and my iPad and I see you all sharing. I'm telling you, get in here because you are getting ready to hear powerful testimonies from authors all across the states, from the north, the south, the east, and the west. Yes, it's a Christmas party. Okay, it's a Christmas party on a Saturday morning. So do me a favor, go ahead and grab you some tea. All right, and let's have a Christmas party. Okay, grab you some tea. Listen, before we jump in, you all, I want to give a shout out because this moment and this Christmas party is all about celebrating what's inside of people. Okay, let me back up and tell you all that it is hosted by Leadership Develop Me, which is my company who I'm blessed to work with several volunteers. But Leadership Develop Me is your mind and execution. Okay, and so what we do that by leadership development classes, online, one-on-one coaching, and the most wonderful arm of our business is the book publication arm. Okay, and so you all are going to meet some authors on this morning. But listen, I wanted to give a shout out to Darian and Monica Lewis of Monica Lewis Etiquette School of Etiquette, excuse me, because this morning I am drinking their tea. Listen, y'all, they have their own tea line. Oh my goodness, their own tea line, okay? And they are my friends, but let me tell you, they are entrepreneurs par excellent. And so what I invite you all to do is just to visit their website. Again, Lewis Tea and Company. This tea is going to bless your life. Okay, you will receive a nice little package like I did, said made with love. And I want you all to get their tea because it's going to bless your life. Okay, so let's sip. Okay, y'all got your tea? Sip. Let's go. Okay. Woo, that tea is so good. All right, so you all, we have several authors again, and our first author is coming to us all the way from Tennessee. All right, from Tennessee, Miss Cece. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. Doing great.
Good. Oh my goodness, Cece, it's been such a joy to walk through this journey with you. Please tell us about your book. What's the name of your book? What birthed this book inside of you? Who is this book intended for? Tell us about your book.
So the name of my book is Legacy Begins With Me. I'll put it up here. And it actually started out as a mom's devotional. I wanted to do something for the moms, encouraging and empowering them. But the more I started to write, the more it became something bigger. I realized that, we don't really prepare, our background. We don't really prepare for the next generation. So in writing this, I kind of started talking about what I want to leave to my children and everything else. And I said, wait a minute, I have to deal with me because, we pass down a lot generationally, the good things, but we don't talk about the not so good things, but the dysfunction that we tend to pass down. So that's where the book comes from. I just share some of my personal experiences in the book, backed by scripture and support in the book, where you can have a legacy builder, some reflective questions, to get you to that next point of building your legacy. So just motivating and empowering people to let them know, no matter where you come from, you can change the trajectory of your future.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And you have been doing that with excellence. And I want you to share with the audience how your book has literally launched you into building a whole brand surrounded around legacy. Please share with us.
Yes. So I released here recently a legacy apparel line. So it has Legacy Begins with Me. And then for, the more fun people, I have one that says, Don't mind me, I'm just building my legacy. And that's really my focus right now. Whatever I do, if it doesn't build a legacy. And let me say this also, legacy isn't only if you have children, it's every person that you come in contact with. You have the ability to, pour into their lives and affect their legacy as well. So it turned into a whole apparel line, and we have a special edition line coming out. And there's just more coming from the line of legacy. I mean, webinars, sessions, we're even gonna, expand a little bit further. I can't tell too much, but just expect more from the line of legacy.
Yes, Cece, and your website is there online, ccgray.com. Listen, you all need to head over there and check her out. Cece, the one thing that I love that you said is that you started this journey and your intent was to be for moms. But as you start writing, and I know this is like along our author's journey, right? I was like, Cece,
Yes.
oh, Cece. And so you're like, you know what, Doctor, I think that this is more, not just for mothers, this is for more people. And so what is the one message that you want everybody to know as it relates to building their legacy?
That you can do it. Like, it doesn't matter who else has not done it. You take the leap and you do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, make the decision that this is the thing I'm going to go after. And there's no sense in failing. You just learn, from your experiences, to achieve. So whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. You can change the trajectory of your future. You just have to try it.
Yeah, you just have to try it. Oh my goodness. And it's one thing that we can't be afraid of are the no's, right? Because
Absolutely.
we're going to experience and encounter no's, and you have to keep going until you get that one yes. And that one yes could change the trajectory of your legacy.
Absolutely. But you can't stop. You can't let the no's discourage you. Just keep building on that. Stay encouraged. Keep pushing. And I promise you'll eventually get that yes.
Yeah. Cece, how has becoming an author changed your life?
I would say this entire year has been like mind-blowing. It's like I don't know, kind of popped out of a shell, so to speak. But being an author, it gives you a whole new, I guess you could say, realm of people that you reach. And I'm just excited, to just share the message of legacy, but even beyond that, the message of Jesus behind it, because without God, I could not have done any of that. So in the books, you will find scriptures in the book to help guide you, to the way you need to go in that, building your legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody, head on over. Cece, I know we got a lot of authors that's coming, but I feel the love. I see the comments. They are being encouraged to push to their destiny. And one more time, you all, please visit her website. Order today. Cece, are you shipping signed copies?
I am signing the copies. And for everyone who goes to the website and order today, enter the code THANKS2020 and you'll get 15% off just because you joined us today. Okay. So make sure you go and do it. You are the change. Okay.
Don't you miss that discount. Don't you miss that discount. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So Cece, once again, we are a family. You all, if you're chiming in, we are featuring leadership development authors, and in our closed chat, we literally say LDM family. And so Cece, we're so blessed that you are a part of our authors family. Keep impacting the world. Again, you all connect, get that book. You want that book for this year that's getting ready to come. All right. Cece, love you very much. And we'll see
Thank you.
you. All right. Bye. Wow, you all, wasn't that wonderful? Once again, head on over and get that book, ccgray.com. We're getting ready to keep moving. We have so many great and wonderful stories to tell to you this morning. We're going now to Bluefield, West Virginia. It's Bluefield, West Virginia in the house. Okay, listen, I told y'all we have authors from everywhere that's a part of our family. Okay, I'm going to go first to the mother. Okay, I'm going to go first to the mother. I am looking for Miss Letha. I don't see Miss Letha in the studio, so I'm going to go to the daughter first. Okay, let's go to the daughter. Hey, Shelly.
Hey.
Hey, I was looking for your mom, but listen, y'all are a duo, so I'm sure she'll come and join you in just a few minutes. Shelly, tell us the name of your book. Tell us about your book.
The name of my book is Beyond the Cracks, Finding God's Grace and Mercy.
Yes, absolutely. And tell us a little bit about your journey, because it was super cool how we met. I think we met social media, right? And yes, absolutely. And you were like, you know what? I have this thing in me. It's been in me for quite some time, and I need to birth it. So just tell us about just that journey of you holding it, and then what was it like for you when you finally released your story?
You know, Dr. Grant, it's really, I never set out to become an author. That's the crazy part. I was actually a minister and preaching and teaching the word. And when I left a particular ministry, I felt like that was dead for me. Like, oh, you know, but I knew that the word of God was on the inside. And I'm like, God, how am I going to get this out? I know that what I've been through, somebody else needs to hear, because they're going to say, me too. I've been through that. So when the whole idea of writing a book came along, I said, that's it. That's how I'm going to get my message out to the world. And I felt so blessed when you and I met, and we talked probably 20 minutes, maybe. And from there, this whole thing just blossomed into Beyond the Cracks, Finding God's Grace and Mercy. I feel like, you know, especially now with everything that's going on with the pandemic and isolation, it's so needed. And even though the book was written in 2019, it's so funny how things work. I find that it's so relevant for today, because many of us feel like we're in one big COVID-19 crack.
Absolutely. And the thing that I love about your book is that you identify specific cracks in life. So whether it's broken relationships, depression, financial hardship, talk to us a little bit about some cracks that we experience in life, and how do we pull ourselves out of that?
Absolutely. I think that's one thing that we all as human beings have in common. We're going to find ourselves in some dark places. We're going to find ourselves on detours and on those unplanned routes, you know, that we didn't set out for. You know, as a young girl, I had that all mapped out in my mind. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I didn't plan for those detours, those potholes that I hit along the way. And one thing that I've learned, even in this journey with the Lord, is He is with me and was with me and for me, even in those cracked moments. And all I really needed to do was reach out to Him to find my way out. You know, I felt stuck. But, you know, sometimes you need to be in that place. There are things that you discover in the valley that you never would discover on the mountaintop. But I think for me, it all starts and ends with my relationship with God, knowing that He is the author and the finisher of my faith, and victory belongs to me right now. no matter what I'm going through, I want my readers to realize that no matter what they're going through, there is always a way of escape. There is always a way for you to get up and keep moving. Just, I say it all the time, keep pressing, keep moving. Whatever you do, keep going beyond those cracks. There is life after whatever it is that you've gone through. And sometimes it feels like you're the only one. You're not the only one. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new, child.
Yeah.
But God is the author and the finisher. Look, at the end of the story, we win, right?
Yeah.
We win. So, hang on to your faith and hang on to the fact that God is with you and He is for you.
Yes, absolutely. Man, Shelly, I just love how, like you said, your book is timeless because it was published in 2019.
19. Yeah.
2019, and we're getting ready to go to 2021. But it's one thing, and I probably shared this with you in an author's coaching session. My encouragement to every author is to write timeless content. So you never want to write just specific and isolated to the moment that you're in, but you want to think about how are people going to feel when they pick this up 10 years from now. And your book is timeless. Your book is timeless. And so, Shelly, tell us, how can we connect with you? Where do we get your book? How can we purchase your book?
Yes. I am so excited. And let me just say this, Dr. Grant, it's my birthday month. So, yes, you can get the book at www.beyondthecracks.com. And if you purchase a book this whole month, from today to the end of the month, you get a free gift. So it's gift with purchase, y'all. I have a mask, $15 value, a variety, because I love to give gifts. You can get a gift with purchase this month. I would love for you guys to connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at Shelly Roselle Clark. Again, that's Shelly Roselle Clark. I'm on Instagram and on Facebook.
You all connect. Listen, I'm getting ready to go to y'all website and order some books, even though I have everybody's book in my library. All this free stuff, okay? You all, Shelly Roselle Clark, beyondthecracks.com. You want to get this book. It's also available. You have an ebook as well, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yes, so you can download it even right now, either from her website or Amazon or Barnes and Nobles, whatever you need to do. Listen, this is the season to move beyond the crack. Shelly, you have another author that you're connected with in your house. Come on and introduce her to the world for us, please. I think you can do it than anybody.
Introducing the phenomenal, timeless woman of God, Lita V. Roselle, author of 2 great works.
Yes. Hey, Miss Lita. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. There you go. How you doing?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. You're
I'm fine, thank you. And
good.
blessed.
Awesome. Well, you look beautiful, Miss Lita. Now, my mother always told me that you don't ask a woman her age. So I'm not gonna ask you your age, especially on a live broadcast. I'm not gonna get a whooping from Miss Lita. No, I'm not.
Right.
I want the world to know that you are a very accomplished woman of God. You're a mother, you're a grandmother, you are a retired educator, you are very well known in Bluefield, West Virginia. You have been on the local television station there in your city talking about not your one books, but I need somebody in the chat as y'all join our Christmas party. I need you all in the chat to put 2 books. Somebody put 2 books. 2 books. All right. So, Miss Lita, tell us about your 2 books. Tell us about your first book.
Okay, my first book is Getting Up, Not Giving Up, Encouragement to Win the Fight. This book is a testimony of a lady's triumph over tragedy. And when I say triumph over tragedy, I have lived every testimony within this book. I would like to inspire other women, and I'm going to say 60 and older, but it started for women of all ages, as well as men, children, to know that no matter what you're going through, you can get up, because God will give you the strength to get up.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
second book, I tell you, they go together. I tell everybody, I, I tell everybody, you have to have the first book to go with the second book, because in the second, I talk about looking in the mirror. It mentions it again because we, as women, we constantly stay in the mirror, but sometimes we look in the mirror and see things we don't like. So that's where time comes. Keep pushing and remembering that we can do
Yeah.
all things through Christ that strengthens us. Embracing God's peace, stepping stones for life's journey, is just what it says.
Yeah.
Question for everybody. Have you ever been to that point where you're just paralyzed, stuck in that same spot? Look like your joy has been stolen, peace is gone, and you just don't know, where am I going from here? This book offers 12 practical steps, build up endurance, and to take you to when I say true and lasting peace. People
Yeah.
tell me number 5 is my favorite, number 1 is my favorite, but I tell you, you may not need to, but once you get into the book and you start to read and build the steps to what you're doing in your life and what step you might need to take next, you will be uplifted, and I mean enlightened. You will find, look at me, things that I do now, and learn that, hey, I got this. Because we know that every step is ordered by the Lord. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't walk or take a step by ourselves. We need to walk, lean on, trust, and obey His word.
Yeah.
And just
Absolutely.
know that with Him, we can get up.
We can get up. Miss Lita, listen, before you tell the people how they can connect with you and purchase your books, I just want all of our live audience to heart it out for Miss Lita, because on the first book, Shelly, which is Miss Lita's daughter, we could not convince Miss Lita to put herself on the front of her book. Okay. Listen, let me tell you. After a few interviews,
No.
after a few interviews on television and talking to large crowds about her book, baby, we can't tell Miss Lita nothing, okay? She is embracing God's peace. And
Yes.
look at her on the front of that
Yes.
book. On the front of that book, she looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, Miss Lita, please
I
tell
am
the
showing
people.
you what peace looks like.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Lita, how can people connect with you and how can they purchase your book?
You can connect with me and find my book on www.leeta, Leeta spelled Leeta, www.allthingsleeta.com. I'm also on Facebook. You can get the book from Amazon as well as download it from ebook. So if you want to be inspired, you come to the right place.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I love y'all so much. Thank you for allowing me to be y'all family's
We love
publisher.
you.
Yes. I mean, y'all send the whole family to LDM. And I am so excited. Thank you for allowing me. I'm getting ready to cry because I believe that you all know my motto. Everybody has a story, but it doesn't become a legacy until you publish it. And so just thank
Yes.
you all for trusting me as your coach, and then our team just to package and publish. And Shelly, you're working on book number 2. So let's go. Let's get this out. All right. I love y'all. I'll see you again. Stay connected. Don't leave the party. Stay on social media. Get you some tea and join the party. All right. I love you all.
Love you more.
All right, Miss Lita. All right, listen. If you all are just tuning in, we are in our LDM Christmas party, and we're talking to authors that I have been blessed to work with and to publish. And y'all, this is just making me cry. This is one of the best gifts. This is December. It's the gift of it's the month of giving. And they are giving me life this morning. So once again, grab your tea. Don't leave the party. It's Saturday. Where you going in a pandemic? Come on and join the LDM party. Do me a favor and share this video. Empower and enlighten somebody. Again, I'm drinking my tea from my friend's company, Lewis Tea and Company. So go ahead and grab your tea and let's keep going. Listen, y'all, we're going all the way now. Where are we going? We're going to Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock, Arkansas. All right. Please, you all, meet Miss April Dawn Agnew. Hey, April.
Hello.
How you doing?
I am well, Dr. Grant. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. I'm so happy that you are here. And you are just, you're just on a move. I mean, you are everywhere. All things April, okay? And so April, you were already an author before we connected. So tell us a little bit about your journey before you came to LDM. And honey, go ahead on and throw them books in there that we didn't even publish. I want you to get them out. I'm all about pushing people, okay? Listen,
Awesome.
tell us about your books.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Grant. I have been an author since 2011. My first book was published, Daddy's Girl Uncovered, and Holy Habits are my 2 books. Daddy's Girl Uncovered, it was when I went through a process of God delivering me and helping me to uncover myself as a person. I thought I knew him. I thought things were going perfect in my life. And then I experienced hurt. And when I experienced that hurt, I started to realize there was some unforgiveness going on in my heart. And God had to come in and deliver me and set me free. And he uncovered all of that ugliness to bring me into the woman he created me to be. And that's when he allowed me to publish Holy Habits in 2016. And Holy Habits is all about encouraging people to get through your warfare successfully. The devil doesn't want you to win, but you can win through Christ Jesus. And I published those books. And then a couple of years later, my publishing company closed down. And I was like, God, what am I going to do? And I found out that Dr. Grant was publishing books. And at that time, I had written my new book, Saved and Christian Singles Guide to Success. And I am super excited about that book. It has a workbook with it, and it's just something that I'm excited about. Dr. Grant helped me to publish and package that book, and it has been doing really well this year. It was my 40th birthday gift to myself to publish this book. I always have people come to me and say, how are you living a celibate life successfully on my job, in the church, in the community? And finally, God allowed me to put it in a book, because you can be successful as a Christian single. You do not have to walk around frustrated and failing and flailing and vacillating. You can be successful. And God helped me to share how he allowed me to become successful in my journey. And that's what my 3 books are: Daddy's Girl Uncovered, Holy Habits, and Saved and Celibate.
Saved and Celibate. We get ready to pop this book up on the screen. And the reason I love your journey and your message, April, is because you not only wrote a book, honey, I need you to go ahead and tell the people how you also have a workbook for them. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
There's a to do both for you. Go ahead, share with us.
There's a companion workbook to go with the book that helps walk you through the journey. You know, the Lord has given me the ability to be able to write books where if you're 12 years old or if you're 65 years old, it will bless your life. And in this workbook, if you are parents who want to help your children learn what it means to be abstinent and what it means to be purified, because a lot of times people think because you're abstinent or because you're celibate that you are purified, but purity has to be with your heart matter. And that's what goes on in this book. I teach you how to deal with that heart matter where you can overcome that flesh and actually be successful in your journey. And so the workbook walks you through those steps, helps you to build a Bible study. I have prayers in there for you to pray and just help you to guide you through that journey as you become a successful Christian single living celibate.
Well, y'all see, not only is she an author, but April Dawn Agnew can preach too. Okay, so April is so inspiring and motivating. April, we're so honored that you are part of the LDM family, and thank you for allowing us to be on your journey. Listen, to order your books, to invite you to speak. And I know we're still in a virtual world, but you are speaking at lots of conferences these days. I follow you on social media, girl. I'm saying what you're doing. I love it. Okay. And so you're speaking, your authorship has just opened up a whole new platform for you. And I want people to know how to connect with you. How do they connect with you? How do they order your book?
Definitely. You can order my books and get an autographed copy of any of my books. And this season, there is a discount. All you have to do is click on the holiday sales link on my website, www.special1ministries.org. You can follow me on all social media at April Dawn Agnew to connect with me.
Woo! Y'all connect for some motivation and inspiration, okay? Listen, I always say that what we need is not housed in one person. And so I encourage us to connect to people who are doing positive things in the earth. And watch this, not just doing positive things, but they don't mind celebrating other people. Y'all already know. If you have anything negative to say, anything that is not celebrating somebody else, woo, this ain't the company for you. I'm not the coach for you. Okay. No drama. We just believe in promoting and celebrating one another. So, April, I celebrate the woman in you. I push the author in you. You are such a gem to the body of Christ and to the world at large. And so, people, audience, y'all make sure you connect with April, special1ministries.org. All right, April, we'll see you soon. Love you much.
Thank you, Dr. Grant. Love you much.
You're welcome. All right, listen, you all, we are just moving. We have so many authors still in the studio. So listen, I told y'all we having a party. It's a party. Okay, so make sure you have your tea. Make sure you have shared this with somebody. All of this great information, and we're inspiring each other this morning. And listen, the next story you're getting ready to hear, this testimony is amazing. It's so many authors in our studio. So authors, if you're watching me and you already interviewed, I need you to leave the studio because I keep getting notifications that the other authors can't get in. Okay, so leave the studio so the other authors can get in because we got so much to give to you all during our party with LDM Authors. All right. Okay, listen, now we're going all the way to California. We're going to Texas by way of California. Let me say it like that, okay? We are going to Miss Latreille Wilson. Hey, Latreille! How are you this morning?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm super excited to hear about your story. First of all, tell us about your journey and just how you came about pushing this book out.
Okay, how I got the book. Let's say that. I had something was like stay home, don't go anywhere. New Year's Eve night, December 31st, 2018. So I stayed home and something was like, go get your journals. And I've had years and years and years of journals. And I just began to read them. I read them. And they all started sounding the same from back in 97 to 2018. And these were prayers that I have prayed and nothing changed. And so I'm trying to figure out, why am I repeating the same thing over and over again? Why haven't I learned from any of this? What's going on? And so something was like, we got to break this. We got to break this curse. And so I just began to just say, I'm going to write a book. I was playing at first. I was just so playful. I was like, oh, all this stuff is going on in my life. I need to write a book. I really, really, really need to write a book. And never play with God in words, because he will have you do things that you say. And so someone was like, hit Luana. She does this. And I want to say it was Tracy Rivers. She's the one that said, you know what, you should talk to Luana. And so I hit Luana up. I hit you up and you were like, yeah. And then that's how I got started. And here I am right now.
I mean, here you are, and you are flourishing. And so what's the name of your book?
My Last 20, Breaking the Curse to Embrace the Blessing.
Yes. And the 20 represents what? What's the 20? Tell the people.
The last 20 years of my life.
Woo!
That I have experienced heartache and pain, some good obstacles, but it was things that was repetitive.
Yeah.
And I should not be repeating things. And it was like, I had not passed the test. That's why I'm repeating it. And so I said, okay, I need to pass this test, because I'm seeing it so often. And so I would just pick things out that I learned that would get me further. And I just did it. And here I am now.
Yeah. And Latreille, you came to me with the title of your book. And so during our journey, I was like, okay, well, we got to make this make sense, right? So you have 20 focused areas in your life that you share: broken relationships, finding your relationship with God. But there's one portion of your life that is very, very ministering. And I think that it will help someone that's watching this morning, because you have a son, and I want to say it correctly. Is it with a special need or autistic son? I want to make sure I get the language correct.
He has autism. He doesn't have a learning disability. He is a genius, and he is the one that carries me. For him to be so young, he carries me. I remember when I found out I was pregnant with him, I wrestled back and forth if I should keep him. I didn't even write this in the book. It was just I wrestled, should I keep? And so someone was like, yeah, just do it. And so I think I talked about it in my book, where the nurse came in and was like, you shouldn't have this baby. You are basically harming him, because he was going to be born premature at 25 weeks. And they were like, oh, he's going to have all types of disabilities. And it was just, it was not encouraging. And something said, don't listen to her. And I did not listen to her at all. I'm going to tell you one quick story. After she left, it was 3 doctors who came in. When I say 3, I say 3. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I'm gonna say it was them. And it was a doctor said, I do this all the time. This is what I deal with every single day. I got you, but I'm gonna be real honest with you. He has a 50-50 chance in living. I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna try my best to make sure your sons live. And so I came back and told them, I said, well, a nurse just came in and told me that that I shouldn't keep it. And they were like, it was no nurse on duty. What are you talking about? Everyone went home. And I'm like, no, a nurse came in and said I shouldn't keep it. And they were like, no, ma'am, there's no nurse. And the look on this lady's face, it was not of the Lord. It was very dark. It was a very dark spirit. And I think that was the devil trying to test my faith and see if I believed in him. And when I say ever since then, everything has definitely changed. My son is here. He is 19 years old. I call him a baby genius. And I believe that he will be some type of movie producer. I really, really want him to work with Tyler Perry so he can mold him and make him into something. So if anybody got connections to Tyler Perry, tell them to holler at me and we can work with my book, but also work with myself.
Yes, I love it. Somebody tag Tyler Perry on this
Please.
video. Oh my goodness.
I
love
need
it.
him to see the book.
Yes, and I hope that spoke to possibly a mother that's kind of struggling with her pregnancy, or even
Yes.
a mother that has child or children with autism or any special need. There's so much hope in your book, Latray, and thank you for being so transparent and providing remedy on how to break the curse. I think it's Jonathan McReynolds, cycles. I mean, we have to break these cycles, right?
Yes.
And so, Latray, tell the people, how can they connect with you? How can they connect with you?
So you can go to my website, Destined to Be Blessed. I think it's on the screen. Yes, right there. Or you can get me on Instagram, Destined to Be Blessed, but the 2 is spelled TWO. And then you can get me on Facebook, Destined to Be Blessed. If you type in my last 20, it will pop up. You will see me. If you guys have questions or if you want to know how everything happened, feel free to inbox me, message me. I am an open book because I want to see curse broken, like a lot of generational curse broken. And so if you see yourself, experiencing the same thing over and over again, ask me. I can let you know how you get out of it.
Yep. And let me just put a plug in. So Latray is your girl. She's your coach. If you want to be raw. Now, if you want the little cake with the little sprinkles on top and the little fluffy story, don't call Latray. But Latray is for the girls, the young women, even the young men who want raw stories about the streets, about relationships, but then how God can restore you. So again, Destined to Be Blessed. You all get this book. It's going to bless your life. Get this book, My Last 20, Breaking the Curse to Embrace the Blessing. I love you, Latray. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Keep going, keep going. Join the party, stay on the party, but do me a favor, log out so the other authors can get in.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Woo, y'all, are y'all being inspired? I mean, I'm being inspired and I know their stories, okay? I'm being inspired. Listen, you all, now we are going to Milwaukee. All right, we are going to Milwaukee. And I promise you, you're getting ready to be inspired not only in your faith, but also in your profession, because this is what Dr. Lacey does. All right, she coaches you so you can level up. Hey,
hello. I'm so excited to be here on today. Thank you so much, Dr. Luana, for having me, for allowing us, the Robin's Nest Consulting team, to be a part of this conversation today. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Oh, we are so excited about you being here and about you being part of the family. Lacey, tell us about your book.
Absolutely. So written in 2018. So you're talking about that timeless message, right? Everyday business, conquering what seems impossible. Now, I truly believe what seems impossible today is everyday business in your future. And this is exactly what we were conveying when coming together and putting this message into paper. So at the end of the day, there are 7 keys to the C-suite, but the number 1 key is mindset. And that's really the foundation of this particular book. This is actually my 3rd book. So I was so excited to be able to bring it forward so that others can be inspired. So as it walks you through the journey, it takes you through a very specific framework. We start off every single chapter with an antidote. Then you have a chance to see yourself in action. What does everyday business look like? And then regardless if you're in the classroom or the boardroom, there are specific tools, strategies, and techniques that you can turn around and apply today. Last but not least, I also include a simple quote that can be turned around as an affirmation and Faith doesn't work until you do. And so there's a space in every single chapter that allows you to move into application. So sometimes it's asking you to make a list. Other times it's asking you to journal your thoughts out, put it down on paper. But I'm so excited about this book and being able to bring this message to the masses because it really was a labor of love. It was a collection of thoughts and details, a little bit about my history, how I left a job after 17 years in the same career field as a whole, 11 years, 6 years as a leader in this same field, quit my job, moved to Florence, Italy, and exactly what that professional pivot did for my life that has allowed me to move into full-time entrepreneurship and working with other amazing men and women across the nation so that they too can move into a space of everyday business. So I'm really excited to be able to share this with you on today.
Yes, and we are excited about you sharing with us. You all see there is her book on the screen, Everyday Business, Conquering What Seems Impossible. And the thing that I love, Lacey, is that you said how now you're taking these principles into entrepreneurship. So again, I want to stress the message to those who are watching this morning. If you have a book, you have a business, because it's not just a book, okay? It's all about getting your message to the masses. And so, Lacey, you are also a coach. So what are some of your coaching services?
Absolutely. So this particular book, it moved and morphed into an entire conference, the Everyday Business Conference. It typically happens every fall. This year, unfortunately, due to Rona, we decided to table that. But most of the services that I work with women who are new into leadership, those who are looking to also make a professional pivot. So you might be in business, but you're looking to move into entrepreneurship. And while, I typically work with women, every once in a while, a couple of men make their way into the camp as well. And so I welcome the brothers too. We don't discriminate here in the Robin's Nest, but it's a great opportunity to be able to connect. I also go into various industries and speak on various topics, such as the 7 keys to the C-suite, the 4 women every woman needs to have in her life, and just a way as to how you can use what you already have to go from the process of figuring out to leadership in practice.
Yes. And so you have this saying that says, grab your stilettos and let's go, right?
Absolutely. From process to practice, grab your stilettos and let's go.
Yes.
And part of the reason why that saying came about, that's my catchphrase, is because there's the notion that as women, we're continuously climbing the corporate ladder, right? But we also have been trained to think that we have to put our femininity on the shelf. But that's not, in fact, the case. We can be just as much feminine and just as much leader in the same, which is why I encourage women to grab those stilettos and let's go.
Well, I'm encouraging you all to grab this book and let's go, okay? Let that be your first step. Lacey, tell the people how they can connect with you.
Absolutely. So please feel free. I want to invite you to follow me on Instagram, as well as Facebook. Even connect with me on LinkedIn at Dr. Lacey C. Robbins. That's on all platforms, Dr. Lacey C. Robbins. You can also listen to the Grace Over Grind podcast, where we go even deeper, bringing various women leaders to life at the table so that you can hear what does it mean to be in leadership and how do you apply those various experiences so that you can continue to learn from them. And you know what, Dr. Grant, as a part of my offer for today, not only can the women receive this book or anyone who happens to order, because I definitely have men who ordered this for their wives as well, but I am including a copy of my boss affirmation cards for everyone who orders the book. They'll receive a free set of the boss affirmation cards. This is 30 days of affirmations to get you through, because the number one key to the C-suite is mindset. And if your mind's not set, you're setting yourself up for failure. And so I would love to be able to connect with the women there. You can also find me. I know the website is on the screen at this point, and let's continue the conversation. I look forward to it.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Lacey. We look forward to them connecting and being a part of the nest and getting your book. And thank you for being a part of the LDM family.
It's my pleasure. I definitely have sent other authors to you as well, or aspiring authors. I have to give you a special shout out of acknowledgement, because the process to be able to get to the product was seamless. It was, I came to you. I was like, I have this idea. I want to be able to put it together. And guess what? I want it for my conference, which is about 60 days away. Do you remember that? And so you were like, okay, let's make it happen. And so that's one of the things I so appreciate about working with you as well. There is not a no, right? You simply figure out how can we make it happen. But that's what happens when you're working with professionals, working with you and your team. And so thank you for creating a platform that has allowed us to be able to bring our message to the masses. So thank you.
Thank you. You're gonna make me cry. And y'all, I didn't pay her to say that. I didn't
Nope.
pay her to say that.
You didn't pay me. You didn't pay me. Not at all. But you know, I have to speak from a place of truth and just be able to honor the woman that is the leader in you as you continue to pour to us as leaders as well. So, you know, I look forward to just being able to continue on. I am working on book number 4. So the ideas are definitely spurring here right along. And it's just been an absolute pleasure in this journey.
Thank you, Lacey. Love you much. Stay in the party, and we're gonna hear some more voices of our LDM family. And you are once again robinsnestconsulting.com. Love you, Lacey.
Love you more.
Woo! Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. Party. We're moving on. We have about maybe 8 or so more authors, but I promise you want to stick around because you want to hear all of their stories. They're all unique and they are all going to change your life. I hope you are visiting their websites, getting that book, writing it down. Let's go. Let's level up. Oh, well, the party is getting ready to get hyped. Why? Because we're going all the way to Tennessee to Miss Takitha Carter. Hey, Takitha. I can't hear you, boo. We can't hear you yet. Come on, the party.
Oh, yes. I'm here. Yes. How are you?
The party just got lit because Takitha.
How is everyone? How is everyone?
We are good. How are you?
Hello. I am doing, listen, Dr. Grant. Now, you know, I came to the party, and there's no party unless we actually can cheer, you know. So here, cheers to whomever. We're cheering the LDM authors today. And guess what? There's not a party unless we're all drinking the exact same thing. So we're drinking the exact same thing as well. So come on now. Come on. There we go.
I told y'all in the beginning, we support each other. And I need y'all to website, Louis T. and Company. Hold it up one more time, Takitha. We got you. To Monica. Listen, Daria, Monica, we got you. We sipping your tea during the Christmas holiday. Yes. Oh, I love it. All right, Takitha, tell us about your book. Your book with an S.
Books with an S. Thanks to you, Books with an S. Listen, I started out my journey as an author, as a self-published author. My first book was Diamonds for Your Day. My first book was Diamonds for Your Day, and it was self-published, and I had a great time doing it. And of course, you know, when you are a published author and you're doing things on your own, what tends to happen is that you gain control of everything you're doing. You gain control of the process. And in that process, you figure things out and not everything goes the way it should go, right? So as I took the journey on Diamonds for Your Day, which was my first book, it was a journal inspired by so many different things that were happening in life. And I wanted to really set a path of inspiration for women and men alike. But it was a book that I produced, and you all know what? Guess what? I was so extra during this process. What happened is I produced my entire book in color. Yes, every single page was in color. I have to tell you, every single page was in color. So, of course, as an author, those of you who are out there and know how this journey works, guess what? That was a classic mistake. It was beautiful, but it was a very classic and costly mistake. So for the next piece of this journey, I ran over to my dear sister and my friend, and of course, I released this control, this part of the process over to her. And I have a a mini message, a book of mini messages that was produced entitled Live Alive. And as you can see, I was still able to be extra. She was still able to give me everything that I wanted inside of this book. Look at this, you all. Look at this. I was able to get all of the bells and whistles through Leadership Develop Me and talk about my journey through this course of journals and devotionals that is set to empower you and get your day started. So I have taken the course of this journey, and guess what? I produced number 2 with Leadership Develop Me. And out of Leadership Develop Me was Live Alive, and also a story, a set of stories that was written to encourage and empower. I get very emotional about this next book because it is right now an empowerment tool for daughters and sons of the next generation. I listened to those of my co-authors, Cece Gray, talking about building a legacy. I listened to Dr. Lacey Robbins about going into these massive fields and changing the trajectories of the process. What I wanted to do was change the voice of the parents keepers. I did not want to just be called a PK, which was a pastor's kid. I wanted to say, we are now our parents keepers. We now have to pick up the mantle because the face of the church has changed. And so we set out in this course book to change the conversation. And I am so excited that the conversation is now changing. We're no longer sitting around feeling sorry for ourselves that we are the pastor's kids. But right now we are saying, Mom, Dad, we are picking up the mantle. We're carrying this because we are now your keeper, parents keeper, and it's available. I absolutely have loved my journey.
Yes. So listen, you all know Takitha is just well-rounded. She's an author. She's an entrepreneur. She is all of that and some. And Takitha, not only does every PK need to go ahead and get that book, but listen, if you belong to a church, I'm going to encourage you this morning to go ahead and purchase that book for your pastor's children, your pastor's family, because you really, I know you all hear it, but you really don't know the weight of a first family. And so we want to encourage them, and we want to push them and celebrate them. And so Takitha, you have, is it 3 or 4 books? 3 books right now.
This is 3. We are working on, this is the 3rd. This is book number 3. We're working on book number 4. So I am working on book number 4. And you know what? I have to say, Dr. Grant, I must tell the authors that you are so absolutely correct when you state that your book, in fact, is your business. Out of these books, I have been able to launch my webinars, which are just phenomenal. I also do one-on-one consultations for youth ministry leaders. So I am a youth ministry trainer, youth ministry consultant. You can contact me and we can just have an awesome time. I have been able to pour into so many youth leaders, so many even youth pastors and pastors who are saying, I really want to help change the process of youth ministry through the Parents Keeper book. So make sure you do completely understand and embrace that your book is certainly your business. I am so happy and so excited to share. So definitely, Working the Dash is a nonprofit organization, and we do so many things through consultation, helping ministries build themselves up as well as leaders. So thank you so much, Dr. Grant, for this phenomenal opportunity and this space. And it's so wonderful to connect with you right here at Leadership Develop Me. I've sent so many authors to you because I'm just like, get her to do your book. You don't have to put the hard work out of the process. Call Dr. Grant. So anyway, I know we're talking about these books, but I have to say, thank God for my sister. Thank God for my sister.
Thank God for you. You light up every environment, and you're always lighting up the chat in our group chat over there. So thank you. So once again, you all connect with Takitha, workingthedash.com, order the books with an S. And Takitha, how do they follow you on social media?
You can follow me on social media at Working the Dash. You can go to Working the Dash with TK. That is a private group for business leaders, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders. We're there. You can also follow me on Instagram at Lady TK Carter. You can follow me on Twitter at Lady TK Carter. Follow me on Facebook at Takitha Peterson Carter. And today, guess what? You all know I give everything away. But today, you can get this book when you go to workingthedash.com. I'm going to also post it a little later on, but there is a gift code that you can receive. It's called Holiday 25. You can receive 25% off of this awesome and amazing book, and it's all across all platforms. Barnes and Noble. Thanks to Dr. Grant. Barnes and Noble. It's also an ebook on Amazon. So, hey, this is just so awesome. If you are thinking in your mind that you want something from out of here to manifest here, look up Dr. Grant. Get with Leadership Develop Me, and definitely this can be your story. You see my story?
I love it. I love you, Takitha. Thank you. I love you.
It's a party. I'm excited.
And we got some more people coming in the room, so we're going to get them in here before
I'm leaving.
We'll see you, Takitha. Bye.
Merry Christmas, authors.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Grant.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Woo! It's a party. Somebody put in the chat, it's a party. We've been in our party for a minute, but we get ready to light it up. Don't go anywhere. I'm telling you, what party can you have and it's just over just like that? And it seems like it ends right when the fun starts, right? And so good news, there's more fun. And before we end, you're really going to hear some more stories and meet some more individuals that's going to inspire and empower you on this morning. We're going to Connecticut. Hey,
hey, it's a party. Hey. Hi, Dr. Grant. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. You look so pretty. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I was going to say, I love the hair today and I'm like, oh, yes, Dr. Graham. Okay.
Her name is Precious.
I love it.
Okay,
I love it.
Listen, let's talk about your book. Tell us about your book. Tell us about the book.
Oh, my book, my baby, Dig Deep, Daily Guide to Becoming an Effective Christian Leader. Dr. Grant, first of all, thank you so much for helping me through this process and for giving me this opportunity on today to talk to you all about my book. So, a couple of years ago, I just felt like God was disappointed in me. I don't know how else to describe it. I just felt like God was calling me higher, telling me that I could do a little bit more. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't find the motivation to do it. And so I don't know if anyone else has been there and just felt like God is calling you higher. God wants to take you higher, but he wants you to do a little bit more than what you're doing right now. And so the thought came to mind that, I need to dig a little bit deeper in God. So what does it mean to dig deeper? If you've ever dug a hole in the ground, the first inch or so is pretty easy to do. In fact, you could probably dig a decent sized hole with a nice little garden tool, but you would not want to plant a large tree in that hole. A small tree might be fine, but if you want to plant something larger, you need a larger hole. But in order to do that, you need the right tool set. So the ground becomes harder and harder as you continue to break through and dig a little bit deeper into the earth. And this is the same with us. As we go deeper in our journey with God, there will be things from your past, maybe bad habits or even generational curses that you feel are difficult to break through, but you have to keep digging. If you believe that you are being called to a higher level in God than where you are now, the hole that you need to dig has to be deeper in order for you to continue to remain rooted and grounded in God. So as you dig deep, God will continue to reveal himself to you and his purpose for your life. So failure to move from one level to the level that God is calling you to will result in not fulfilling your God-given purpose. We were not created to just be here and to just live and die without having an impact on others. It could be one person or it could be thousands of people. God has created each of us with a special purpose, and mind. But by not answering the call on our lives, we can miss out on helping someone else. No one should want a surface relationship with God. There is so much more He has in store for each and every one of us, but we have to dig deep to receive it. So Dig Deep is a daily guide that positions the Christian leader to maximize quality time with God. Each devotion affords the reader the opportunity to reflect on Christian leadership principles from a biblical perspective. So the reader will discover a successful approach to maintaining a connection with God while leading God's people. So that is my book in a nutshell. I was super excited to put this together as I continued writing over a year, over 2 years, really trying to connect with God. I could see myself starting to become sort of closer to God and feeling more closely to Him and being able to hear Him better. So that's my baby, my Dig Deep.
I mean, dig deep. And listen, everybody needs this because we're getting ready to go into a new year.
Yes.
And Jaria, you have a devotion for every day. Is that right?
Yes, it is a year-long devotional. So if you are looking to make a New Year's resolution to grow closer to God, if your Bible study group is looking to have, a book to kind of help you all sort of stay rooted and grounded in God's word, Dig Deep is the perfect devotional for you. It is a 365 daily devotional. I have a dig for each day, a biblical observation, a practical application, and a prayer for each and every day.
Yeah, somebody in that chat, right? I need this in my library.
Yes.
Need this. You needed to start your year off. Your book is unique because most devotions are like 14 days, 21 days, 30 days. Listen, you all, she took the time and she spent time. I think it took us about a year and a half to complete your project, right?
Yep.
So she took the time to really give you something that will impact your life every single day of the year, every single day of the year. So Jaria, tell us how we could connect with you.
So the website is listed on the live there. It's jariacaljo.org. You can purchase the book or the devotional there. I also have merchandise inspired by Dig Deep that you can purchase directly from the website. You can also connect with me on Facebook or Instagram if you search Jaria C. Aljo. So Jaria C. Aljo on Facebook and Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I had it long time ago and had to get rid of it. God want to keep me saved, so I had to get rid of Twitter. But Facebook and Instagram, would love to connect with you all. Listen, can I just say that the authors before me, you all's books sound so, I'm like writing down every single name. I'm spending my money. I cannot wait to connect with these other authors. So if you're thinking about publishing your book, please connect with Dr. Grant. I promise you will not regret it.
Wow, Jaria, you all, I promise I'm not paying them to say this. This Christmas party, I mean, it's all about you all because your stories inspire me. They're inspiring the world. And I just want more people to know about your stories and to connect with you. And so, Jaria, thank you for giving me the opportunity to walk with you through this process. When we first met, you were simply Jaria. But now, somebody say drum roll. Now, before her book came out, we had to wait until she graduated so that we could put doctor.
Yes.
And so you all please give Dr. Jaria some hearts. She earned her degree while she was writing this book for you. You are a bad sister, honey.
Listen, I'm a tired sister is what I am. Okay. But to God be the glory for all the things that He has done. And I will tell you all again, if you feel that God is telling you to write a book, do it while that anointing is on your life, because God only knows I would not have chosen to write a book and do my dissertation at the same time. But God does all things well. So thank you.
Love you, Jaria. And you are connected. You're part of LDM family, but you're with Slim and all that. And I'm just excited to be a cheerleader on the front row of all of your success. And you can know that I'm cheering VICTORY, victory, victory. That's our cry for Jaria. So,
thank you, Dr. Grant. Love you so much. Thank you all. Bye. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes. Woo, y'all. Okay. Oh my goodness. Y'all, party is like, we're coming almost to the end, but the party is still lit. Do you have your tea? Oh my goodness. Do you have your tea at the party? Okay, listen, we are going back to Tennessee. We're going back to Tennessee, but this time we're going to Murfreesboro. I think this is where she is. Okay. And we're going to one of the most sweetest persons that you could ever know. And it's none other than Mia Abernathy. Hi, Mia.
Hello. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm actually traveling, but I made sure I made time for this to be able to celebrate my book.
Yes, come on and celebrate this book. Mia, tell us. Yes, you got it. Mia, tell us about your book. Tell us about your book.
Okay, my book is a transparent book about rediscovering yourself, learning to love yourself, going through trials and tribulations, overcoming them, and seeing the good in yourself and the good in others. Being able to forgive, to love, to have understanding, and to just be able to walk in the walk that you were meant to walk in. That's my book.
And I mean, Mia, what better person to share that than you? And so here's what I want everybody to know is that, and I don't say this in a bragging way, but I'm so blessed to work with authors from literally all over the state. And Mia and we've never met like physically, but never met. But your story and what's inside of me is so connected. And like I said before you came on, you are one of the sweetest persons. Y'all, as an entrepreneur, you all give me some hearts. If you know you can have that client that just you hang up, you be like, whoa, what in the world? That person just got on my nerves, right? Or when they walk out your shop, you know, you done their hair, you're like, whoo, I'm so glad she's gone, right? No, like Mia is like the sweetest client. We had some hiccups with Mia's book on Amazon that I had to fix, and she was so patient while we're working that out. And Mia, you're just a jewel. So again, back to your book. It is very transparent. I want you all to get this book. I'm gonna tell you why you really need this book, because Mia, her tag is Mia Live to Forgive. Mia, tell the people, how did we come up with that?
That slogan came from my walk in life. I figured if I'm always resentful or angry towards someone, it's only holding me back. It's not helping me get forward to where I need to be. So in order to do that, I had to learn to forgive. First of all, forgive myself for putting myself in situations. Then I was able to learn to forgive others. And by doing that, it helps me grow to see the beautiful parts of life that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah. I mean, you all, I know you secure coaches for a lot of things, but listen, forgiveness is a block that will prevent a lot of good things from flowing in your life. And so if you just need that coach to say, you know what, I need you to help me walk through this forgiveness process. I'm telling you, Mia's heart is so pure. It's so genuine. Not only do you need to get her book, but you need to connect with her. Okay. You need to connect with her. Just beautiful inside and out. So Mia, in your book, really quick, you talk about one thing, and that was forgiving yourself. Can you speak to someone this morning? Why is it so important that you forgive yourself on this journey?
In order to be able to see who you really are and the direction that you need to go, you need to be able to get rid of the clouds or the dark days I dealt with depression early on, and I never had to take any kind of medication for it. But going through counseling and coaching and life coaching and mentoring from other people allowed me to see that I had to let go of things that some were not my fault. Some were situations that were just brought into my life, maybe by accident, by environment or whatever, but they impacted me in a negative way. And in order for me to grow and to be able to learn how to be a better person or to be more loving to myself, I had to forgive those experiences and look at them as just life lessons of learning. So that's how I was able to get to be where I am today. And I feel so gratified. I feel so successful. I'm actually traveling with a group of my best friends today. We're going shopping for Christmas. We're going to have our mask on. But I mean, it's just that journey. When you start to forgive, you let people in your life that are kind of walking in your same, walk of life. And it's just so gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely. You all, once again, you need this book. Mia, please tell us your website.
My website is www.mialivetoforgive.com.
And last nugget on your book, the thing that I love is that your husband wrote your foreword. How
Yes,
sweet
he
is that,
did.
y'all?
Yes, he did. I got it right this time.
Yes, how sweet is that? So you all please connect with Mia. Mia, have fun. Thank you for being a part of the
Thank
LDM
you.
family.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
supporting me too, because you did a great job. All I had to do was write it, but you gave the direction, and I really appreciate everything you did as far as guidance.
Thank you, Mia. You're going to make me cry. I can't wait until the pandemic is over. I'm getting on the road and I'm coming to Nashville, Murfreesboro, because I'm coming for the live book signing where you actually
Yes.
it. Okay.
Yes. As soon as COVID's done, it's happening.
Okay. All right. I look forward to it. Again, once again, you all, that's Mia, Live to Forgive. Connect with her, especially if you've gone through separation and marriage. Things, like she said, life just happens. Connect with Mia. Her heart is so pure, regardless of all the things that she has gone through. Have
Love
fun,
you.
Mia.
Love
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, you all, listen. Drop me a comment. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling inspired? This is a Saturday, very well spent, right? We can't really go anywhere. It's a pandemic, and so you would be watching your favorite movie right now. But listen, you are in the Christmas party with the LDM authors, and right now we are going to a woman that is all about her business. I mean, I love her because she is so timely. And actually, that's the name of her book. What? Hey, Amina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. You are. I love Amina just because of her work ethics that I just pick up. So Amina, also she presented at an event that we have every year. Didn't have it this year because of COVID. But the corporate lady and the attendees just totally responded to her. Amina has so many things going on, and she's going to tell you about them. Amina, start with your book, but tell us everything else that you have going on.
So I am Amina Lawson, and I'm the author of The Time Factor, How to Create Systems of Time to Increase Your Revenue and to Advance Your Business. And I wrote this book because I wear a lot of hats. I am a mother, a wife, a stylist, a salon owner, a business coach. I'm also an instructor, a beauty instructor. And most recently, I became a certified product manufacturer. And so now in addition to manufacturing my line, I'm in the process of building up my clientele where I'm actually offering manufacturing services to cosmetic companies that are either starting up or needing to scale down and readjust how they're working. And so I created the Time Factor because I wear all those hats, but it was important for me to put together systems so that I can be most productive in my life and my business.
Listen, I already told you all that we don't do anything over here but celebrate. And listen, I'm getting ready to put your book up, Amina, but really quick while I pull that up, please tell them about your hair products, because it's gonna bless your life. It's gonna bless your life. Please, really quick, Amina, tell them.
So I am, again, I'm a manufacturer, and I've developed a line called Cree Natural. And so my product line, I created it for stylists who offer relaxer-free services to have professional quality products that they can have for their client, for themselves and for their clients. And so I had the chance to actually share my products last year at the event along with my book, The Time Factor. Oh, look at me. Hi, Amina. And I created my line, like I said, Cree Natural. It actually was birthed out of being a stylist and needing products that help me to work on my clients. Like one of the reasons I created my line was to help me to be more timely. I believe that we should have not just the skill set, but we should have tools in place that help us to be more productive and more effective behind the chair and in our business. And I actually created Cree to assist me with that. So it just kind of lends itself to my whole idea behind the time factor. So.
Yes, I mean, Amina's the time factor and the systems and the processes that she shares in her book. It's not only for those who are like in the industry that she is, cosmetology, etc. But you can literally take these principles to corporate America, take them to your nonprofit organization. You need this book. If you're saying, you know what, I'm the person, I'm always procrastinating, or I always feel like I have so much going on and on top of me. You need to just stop and pause and do yourself a favor and visit aminalawson.com and get the time factor. It's going to bless your entire life. The thing that I love about you, Amina, is that you don't let anything impede your time. So I know for a fact, because when we first met, I said, well, maybe I'll drive to Greensboro so Amina could do my hair. We're about an hour and a half away from each other. Listen, you all, you just can't make an appointment with Amina. It's like 2 months out. Like her time is her time, right? Tell us about that, Amina. Why is it so important not to let things just kind of penetrate your time when you're trying to accomplish a goal?
I just feel like a lot of people are hindered in their business simply because they don't have structure in their business. And on top of that, I feel like many times what can happen is in our eagerness to serve our customers, we allow them to dictate how we work. And that's just not productive. And so I realized very early in my career as a business owner, and as I mentioned, I wear all these different hats, was that I had to create some structure for myself so that I could translate that structure to my audience and my clients. And I found that when I did that, I was way more productive. I wasn't spending all this time on the phone trying to figure out when I can fit you in. In fact, I have a whole system online that I direct my audience to when they call me. I do not take appointments over the phone. I do not take walk-ins because I don't work well in that space. That might be fine for others, but it's not fine for me because I don't work well that way. I'm very, very structured. And so I have systems in place, my online booking. Like I said, my products that I use. You know, I still use, in fact, I have my book here, I still use this for myself. And so when we don't have systems in place, it just doesn't allow us to be as productive as we need to be. And it doesn't allow us to maximize on our potential in our business when we don't have systems and structure in place.
Absolutely. And so, Amina, before you tell us where to connect with you, because I believe somebody is either watching or will watch our Christmas party, Christmas with LDM Authors, who's in the business that you're in, and you have a coaching program, right?
Yes.
A 90-day coaching program. Tell us a little bit about that, because there's some novice stylist or somebody who wants their own shop. By the way, she has her own salon. It's nice. Okay. And so there's somebody that's trying to level up to where you are. Tell us about that coaching program, and then tell us how we can connect with you.
Okay. So I offer the Time Factor 90-day coaching. And it is for business owners, regardless of what field you're in. If you're just getting started, like you have an idea that you want to launch, I'm here to help people with that. And then I'm also here for the stylist or the business owner that has a business and maybe they need to structure how they've been working. Maybe how they're working has not been as effective as they want it to be. And so we sit down and we look at what they have in place, and we create better systems so that they can be more productive in life and business. For me, it's all about being productive in both life and business. I don't believe that you're to be productive in one or the other. They can work and be balanced together. And so that's one of the things that the Time Factor talks to us about. And so you can actually sign up for our 90-day coaching by visiting us at aminalawson.com, click the Time Factor. And in fact, we offer a 20-minute consultation for those that are wanting to just connect with me, see what the Time Factor coaching is about. And then from there, we can get you signed up. Our next coaching session is actually beginning in July. So for any of you guys who are interested in just setting up our initial consult to get on our wait list for January, again, visit us at aminalawson.com, click the Time Factor, and set up your consult so we can get started and propel you to where you want to be in 2021.
I love it. You all make sure you connect with Amina. Amina, thank you for being a part of the family,
Thank
and
you
thank you
so
for being
much.
a part
You
of
know,
the.
you my fave.
Yes.
I
One
came to her in April. She had my book in front of me in July.
yes. And thank you for continuing to send referrals to our LDM
Not
family.
a problem.
Yeah,
Not
Wendy's
a
not
problem.
live today, but Wendy
I know.
she just finished her book, and so as a family, we are celebrating her. Thank you, Amina. When this
Thank
pandemic is
you.
over, we're coming out that way. We're gonna have to do
I
lunch.
know. Hopefully, we'll be able to reschedule my anniversary party.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Happy 20th to you too. All
Thank you.
right. Bye. Have a good
Okay.
one.
Bye bye. You too.
All right. You all, I mean, my heart is just full. So listen, we have a few more authors. And can you all believe like it was only 15 authors that we could showcase for this LDM party, but I promise you there's so many more. And these are the 15 who said that I was available today. So I want you to stick around because you have to hear all of their stories, okay? And please be our guest. You can watch the replay of our party, get their website, get their contact information. You need to level up. You need to do some coaching with them. Whatever you need to do, let's do it. Listen, you all, there was an author where there is an author. Her name is Christine Brooks. She's a part of our LDM family. But unfortunately, her sister passed away from COVID. And today she had to go to the homegoing service. Okay. And so she couldn't make the live session. But I promised her, and it is my aim to always be a woman of my word. Okay. And so I promised her that I would at least share her book with you all. And so this is Miss Christine. You all, she is one of our newest authors. And so her book is on pre-order. Okay. Her book is on pre-order. It's called The Pearl. She is helping first ladies and women all over the states. And so please, you all, do me a favor. Visit ChristineBrooksAuthor.com and just go and get your copy of her book. Again, it's a great read. It's going to help you discover the pearl that's inside of you, the treasure that's been waiting for people to experience, and you want to be a part of her journey. So again, ChristineBrooksAuthor.com. Okay, you all go there, send her a message and say, you know what, Dr. Grant kept her message and she shouted out your book. Okay, again, that's The Pearl, Discovering the Treasure Within. Woo! All right, you all, just a few more authors, and I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna bring them up, everybody on the screen, because it's a whole family. It's a whole family. It's a whole, somebody type in the chat. It's a whole family. As a matter of fact, it's just put hashtag Graham family, okay? Hashtag Graham family. Let's go. Where's Shamika? Hey, Shamika. And there's her mom and dad.
Hey,
It's a party.
it's a party.
Oh, party. Yes. Oh my goodness. You all, okay, so you all are part of the LDM family, but I'm excited because we're part of the Graham family too, okay?
Yes.
So, you all are just doing some great and awesome things. Shamika, I want you to start first. Tell us about your book because yours is kind of special. Okay, I'm gonna pop your book cover up on screen, and then tell us how old you were when your book first came out because you're getting ready to help some young authors. Okay, go ahead and tell us about your book.
I was a freshman at Rock Hill High School. I was 13 years old. I wrote a book about just trying to find my way through the world because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was confused. I didn't want to be a PK kid at the time. My dad is a pastor, and I didn't want to be a PK kid at the time. So I kept running, kept trying to say that I wasn't that when I was. And I just ended up writing myself free. I had to write down everything that I didn't like about myself to love myself. The book is basically a guide in to help you figure out what you don't like about yourself, acknowledge it, and fix it. Because like only you can help you. So if you don't like how you look or you don't like how you dress, all right, fix it. If you don't like how you look, go work out. If you don't like how you dress, get some new clothes. Fix what you don't like about yourself. So basically the book is just me writing myself free, me being honest with myself and saying, I don't like this, this, and this, but I'm going to work to be better.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Shamika, you are so inspiring, and you are speaking not only to young ladies, but you're speaking to young men as well. I love what you said. If you don't like something about yourself, you have the power to fix it. You have the power to sharpen who you are. So the
Yes.
name of your book, what's the name of your book?
Diaries of a Church Girl.
Woo! That's
Yeah.
kind of deep. You mean you letting out all the secrets? You let
Yes.
secrets of the church. Oh
Yes,
Lord.
Diaries of a Church Girl is basically my view, my poetic view of the church that I saw. Because when people hear PK Kid, they think like, oh, you know, they holier than thou. They can't do this, they can't do that. And my parents are different. Like they made church fun. We wanted to go to church. We wanted to learn about God. We wanted to do things in the church because it's not like you can't do things. It's just you can't go all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have your limits. You can't be doing the most. You know?
You can't do the most, you know.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And so you all, her book is found on her website, dearchurchgirl.com. And I'm encouraging every teenage young lady, every mother, every father, if you have a teenager, visit the website, get this book for them. It's so good. I mean, Tamika, her gift of poetry is so divine, and it's
Thank you.
unique, okay? And you're going to be blessed. As a matter of fact, Shamika, you're available, right? If somebody wants to do like a book club with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Email me at www.dearchurchgirl.com. You can also email my parents. But yeah, you can get in contact with me through there, and I'll do anything. I'll do anything.
I love it. So you keep talking about how cool your parents are, okay?
Yes.
So why don't you go ahead and you do us the favor? Why don't you introduce your parents for us? Go ahead and do that.
Okay, these two people are the most wonderful people in the world, and they are Quentin and Tamika Graham, pastor and first lady of Whitechapel Free Will Holiness.
Woo!
Wow, wow, wow. And we did not pay her to say that.
Right. You did not pay her to say that. Oh,
right.
How y'all doing?
We're blessed and we are so excited to be a part of this. We are so excited.
Yes, we're excited that you all, your whole family is a part of the family. Pastor, First Lady, tell us about your book. Tell us about your book.
So I'll start. Our book is called When Two Worlds Collide, and it's basically like a personal story of two imperfect people. It's our love story, and we talk about all the challenges we had coming from two different worlds, and how even working through the challenges, God allowed it all to work for our good. So we were excited. We do this marriage banquet, and people were asking us, "Y'all should write a book." We never set out to be authors, but it seemed like everybody was calling us for advice about relationships, about things that we were going through. And God just allowed us to know that it was time for us to write the book. So whenever Shamika won she won the contest to write her book, and we met you, we just decided that we were going to do it as well. We couldn't ask her to do something that we wouldn't do. Right. So we just decided to jump in and do it. And we are just excited. And Shamika didn't talk about it, but even in our book, Shamika has a disability. We talk about we have two children that have disabilities. They're 10 years apart. We talk about, the journey with that and balancing life and church and children, because I'm a mom of 6. We're parents of 6. So we have a lot going on, but we thank God to be able to manage our time and do what we have to do.
Woo! Did she say, oh, they parents 6? This is why you all need to connect with the Grahams, Pastor Graham, what would you just kind of say to men this morning? And before you answer that, you all, I do want to say that we do have some males over in the LDM family. But it was just who responded first was like, yes, I'm there for the party. Okay. But Pastor Graham, what is it that you can share just with men, those men who are in marriage and covenant, those who are preparing for it, those who are thinking about it? Just what's some good information for them to have during this time and during this season?
I think again, thank you, Dr. Grant, for this opportunity in this space to really share our heart and our story. What I would say, especially to men, we understand that men sometimes have a bad rep of being hard and callous and not very emotional. But I think God really blessed me when He gave me my wife and my 5 girls. We have an older son, so I'm now in the house with 6 women. All of them think that they're my wife. But what I would say is this: the journey of self-discovery starts with a self-awareness. I think a lot of times we don't take a look inside. We're fixers. We're always fixing external things, but I would say embrace the process. And the title of When Two Worlds Collide is literally dealing with the fact that all of us in some way, shape, or form have had some type of collision in life. We've had some moments where things hit us, caught us off guard, and seemed like everything just fell apart. And so I think as men, the biggest thing is putting away pride and picking up the pieces and allowing the hand of God to mold you, form you, and to make you into who God really wants you to be. And today, as a result of this book and just connecting with you and us sharing our story, it provided a great opportunity for me to share just that process and that journey of being self-aware, being in tune with you, and connecting with God and allowing His will to be done in your life.
Yeah, you all are just an ideal couple, and I am just so excited because I know you all are ministering, you're pastoring, and you're helping individuals. But I know that God has showed you all so much more, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited to just be, like I said, a cheerleader on the front row, just to see everything that God is doing for you all. You all are mentoring couples, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. And if I could just share one thing in our book, so you not only get our story and you'll be inspired of our transparency in the process, but the part that I'm really excited about is the Graham's theory of mentorship.
Yes.
So that's if anybody don't get the book, they should get it, not just for the story, but for the practical tools. But we're really excited, and He's birthing some things, He's
Yes.
setting some things up, and we're in anticipation. But we're excited about the Graham's theory of mentorship. So, and I'll just give you a little bit of it. It's we all take this journey to self-discovery, but oftentimes we miss out on the acceleration that can come from having people in your life that will push you, that will not sugarcoat it, but will give it to you raw, uncut, and just how it is. And that's why I think we are a little straightforward, and because that's how we've been handled, and it's proven to be a great asset in our life, and we're just grateful. But we're excited about the Graham's theory of mentorship. So that's one of the favorite parts of this book.
You said straightforward. Listen, y'all, they just raw. So listen, make sure you all connect. Make sure you connect with Quentin and Tamika Graham, qtgministries.com. Their life is going to bless your life. And once again, I'm popping Shamika back up on screen. Thank y'all for allowing us to be your family's publisher. Thank you so much. I know your mom is working on her book. We're going to get her to the end.
Yes, we're going to push her.
We're trying to push her now.
Yes, we're going to get her to the end. So once again, you all, dearchurchgirl.com. for Shamika. Make sure you connect with my baby. I'm so just proud to watch you grow from the first time that I met you. And again, Pastor and First Lady Graham, where's your church? Put a plug for your church. Where's your church?
We're in Johnsonville, South Carolina, the big town of Johnsonville. That's where we're at. We're grateful to be serving a loving congregation, and we're just grateful for what God is doing in this season. So again, you're welcome to connect with us through www.qtgministries.com. And today only, this is a party, right? So what's a party without us giving something away? For When Two Worlds Collide, if you get it between now and the end of the month, we're taking 25% off. All you would have to pay is $15 plus shipping. The book is originally $20, but $15 plus shipping today for When Two Worlds Collide. And then, Church Girl, do you want to tell them what special you're doing today?
You can get free shipping offline. It's only $13. It's free shipping. Please go get it. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And Dr. Grant, can I just say, we just want to thank you for just all you've done, for just providing us with the platform, for pushing us. You just don't know. I tell, in my head, and you are like best friends, you know. But I just love you, and I'm so glad that you're a part of our life. You don't know how much you inspire me personally. You inspire me so much.
As a poet, I really do.
Y'all are bringing gifts to this party. What is it, Dr. Quentin? I didn't pay her to say that.
No, you didn't. I can vouch for that. You did.
I love y'all. Tell everybody I said hello. You all once again get these books, DearChurchGirl.com and QTGMinistry.com. I love y'all. As soon as this pandemic is over, we're gonna fellowship again.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Oh my goodness, you all. We have just a few more authors for you all to experience. Listen, our party is a little longer than we thought today, but we want you to experience everybody that's waiting in the studio. We are going now back to Tennessee. Tennessee is a hot place. Come on, LDM Authors in Tennessee. You all want to meet this powerful, beautiful young lady. Hey, Teresa.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
Now, you know you got me to wear this red today.
Okay, so
listen.
We're going to let this go out the back. So Teresa is an AKA, and I'm a jealous. And so I told everyone, you all wear red for the party. So that's what she's talking about. I thought her to wear red. Come on, red.
It actually looks a little nice. So I was like, I'll pass. Okay.
Teresa, I love your journey. I love your story. I'm going to hear in just a few minutes, and then your book cover just floored me. But tell me about your book, and I hope it's a testimony. Okay, so tell us about your book.
Oh my God. So the book came about in a very, I guess, like traumatic drama way. When I was 8 years old, my dad killed my mother in the home I was living in. And at 8, I was like one of those shelter kids. I have never spent the night at anybody's house. I was always with my parents. That night happened. I had to move in with my grandma. My grandma was like Big Mama's house. It was 17 other people living there. I was lost, completely lost. I remember being at my mom's funeral, and the pastor was saying, you know, God, she's with you now. Everyone, she's in a better place. And I'm sitting there like, how is my mom in a better place when I'm here left alone? So I came up with the idea. I said, you know, I'm going to ask God, you know, if he could read my writings to my mom. I just had to connect with her. I had to feel like, you know, I was getting things off my chest. And I think a lot of times, and I think me and a few other authors that I was listening to, we shared this in common, that a lot of times your book just start off as a journal. I had no idea at 8 years old I was writing a book. I was really getting my thoughts out. I couldn't hold them in. I didn't know how to tell it to anyone. No one was going through what I went through. So I started to write. And it was so therapeutic. Like, I have never been, I remember picking it up, my journal, and looking through what I wrote. And I was like, oh, this is good. This can help someone. And I told my husband, I was like, you know what? babe, I'm gonna make my journal into a book. So that's how it all came about. And it was such an amazing experience working with Dr. Grant and putting it out there, because I came to you with a plan, like, okay, this is what it's going to be. This is how I have it. And you were right there like, okay, this, and it was so helpful. Sometimes you just need someone to say, you can do it. Like, you got this. And that's what you gave me. You gave me encouragement to do it. And I can't pay for that. Now, people have ideas, and sometimes you're your biggest doubter, and you came to me like, yep, that can work. Yep. And I was like, okay.
And I mean, it's working for you. Before the pandemic, because I saw on social media, I saw you at schools. Is that right?
Uh-huh. Oh my God. So it was such a good experience because, I was kid when this happened, right? And the truth is, this happens. This is like real life. You lose parents, and this is not something, it's not a rule book to how to fix it. Like, I was lost, and I got to speak at about 5 to 10 different schools before the pandemic. And to reach out and touch those kids that were going through things that I went through, or even worse, and they looking at me like, look at you now, I can make it. And I would come home and it would be heavy on my heart thinking about some of the things that the kids were going through. And I was like, whew, and it's a lot, but I was like, God put this in me for a reason. And I cannot take that for granted. And I'm so grateful of the overcoming of the experience, because you could go a lot of different ways in life, being parentless,
Yeah, absolutely. We first met, you told me your story. I was on the other end of the phone, like, oh my gosh, like, oh, that happened, right? And to see your triumph, and I'm so happy that I get to watch your journey. That's the name of your book, The Journey Without You. And you're talking about, share with the people, you're talking about the journey without who?
My mom and my dad. I don't want to take, ever. That's still my dad. And, we all one mistake away from anything. So, I feel like it's the journey without you as my mom, but also thinking of my dad as well. Every girl wants a dad, right? Just as well as a mom. So it was written for my mom because she passed first. And my dad passed actually 6 months later. But I was lost. So it was like journey without, who are you? Like, not just without them, but who are you now? I had to become a different person. I grew up, figuring out who I am.
Yeah. And this is helping so many people this morning, because perhaps you're in that situation because domestic violence is real. So she's even talking to that audience. But if you're just like feeling void of something, she said something so key that she started writing and she felt that it was therapeutic. And now her journal entries from all those years are literally in her book, and it's so powerful. Teresa, before you tell us how to connect with you, you have to tell us about your book cover.
Oh, well, that sweet little girl on the cover is my baby. Her name is Layla. I always had this idea, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to put my face on there. I was like, I'm going to put my baby, but not actually her face, because the idea behind it was like the journey without you. Like, that's how I felt. I felt lost. I felt like I was on this road and I was lost. And I couldn't see where I was going to get out of it. I didn't know. And my back was against the wall. I felt like God let me down. Life let me down, and when you look at the journey ahead, if I would have knew then what I know now, God is an awesome God. So I can't even, I'm not going to cry on this live today. I'm not going to do it. We're not going to do that. But yes, I'm so blessed and favor, and God took away my parents, but he brought a village. So I'm blessed. And what can I say?
Somebody needs to get that down. Somebody put that in the chat. God, she said, God took away my parents, but he gave me a village. Oh my goodness. Sometimes we're focusing on what we lost.
Amen.
And see what he's trying to give us.
Right.
So we're not gonna cry, and we're not gonna here. No,
not today.
We got two more authors we got to hear from this morning. Teresa, please tell everyone how they can connect with you, how they can purchase your book. Yes, please tell us.
So my book can be purchased on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, my website, teresakizzy.com. You can connect with me. I'm on Instagram. That's my main place. My Facebook, also have Facebook as well, under my name. So you can connect with me anyway. If you can't find me, reach out to Dr. Grant. She'll find me. We'll make it work. I'm so excited to be here. Dr. Grant, again, thank you. Thank everything about you, about this whole organization. Thank God for putting this in your life and being a leader. And you're motivating and helping so many. And we can't thank you enough. So thank you again.
Thank you, Lisa. And thank you for wearing red today.
You know, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, I love you. We will be in
Love you. Thank you. Bye.
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 I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so she said something that was key. She said therapeutic. So you all quickly, we got to go to 2 more states before the party ends. Okay. So you all, if you're just joining, go ahead and share it with somebody. Listen, the wisdom that's getting ready to be shared and the story that you're getting ready to hear, our last story, it is just going to, all the stories I'm sure have touched you, but these are just going to put the icing on the cake. So, all the way from Chicago, Illinois. Hey, Chantel.
Dr. Grant. Ain't no party like an LDM party.
Ain't no party like an LDM party. I love it. Thank you for staying at the party. Our party went a little bit longer than we expected, but
we still here. We still partying.
Chantel, you know I love you, but I just want the people just to know who you are. Mental health is so important. And so I know you're going to tell us about your book, but first talk to us a little bit about mental wellness and just what you do as far as your profession is concerned.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Chantel Biddings. I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor here in the Chicagoland area. And yes, I provide individual, family, and couples counseling. Of course, we want to make sure that during this time, especially the time of pandemic, that we are prioritizing our mental wellness. I tell everybody, you've got to have a therapist on your team, just like you have your primary care, your dentist, your dermatologist, whatever you have, you need to get you a therapist. And of course, you can absolutely have therapy in Jesus. We partner together, and I want you to be well, not only in your spirit, but in your mind as well.
Yes. And I mean, Chantel is just, she's the person you need to see. So we're going to keep her website up, but Chantel, not only are you just an icon in your profession, you are also a published author that continues to impact lives. So tell us about your book.
Let me tell you all, Dr. Grant will make you be a writer. Listen, my story did not start off as me reaching out to Dr. Grant about writing a book. It actually started as we were preparing for a conference. And I was telling her about my topic that I was given. And she was saying, I think you got a book in you somewhere. I think you can do this. And so that's how the process started. Dr. Grant absolutely coached me through the entire process, made it seamless, as so many of the other authors have stated. And yes, so now I have a book. I am enough. 14 days of self-worth, strength, and encouragement. And again, I tell everyone that I know, if you want to write a book, if you want to be published, Dr. Grant is the go-to lady. She will get it done, and you won't even feel it. It just happens.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. And Chantel, you have been speaking again before the pandemic, but even in the pandemic, I've been seeing you on the news, I've been seeing you in magazines. But again, prior to the pandemic, you were traveling to different, not just churches, but businesses, just enlightening them on what we need to know about mental health. And the thing that I love about your book, is that you combine faith with your practice, and you bring them together. And in her book, you don't even really know that that's happening. So kind of share with us, Chantel, what's the flow of your book? What can we expect in every day?
So I want to be really mindful that because that's who I am as a person, as not only as a clinician, but as a believer, like that's just a part of who I am. And so that's what I do. And so in the book, you will receive, of course, practical tips on how to be well, how to care for yourself, how to know your worth. But you will also receive the biblical principles behind it and some scriptures. And then at the end, of course, you will have to do a little work, a little dig deeper, as my girl Dr. Jaria talked about. You're going to get a little work at the end of each chapter where you're going to be able to journal, answer some questions to help you really accept and just embrace the concept of being I am enough.
You are enough. And Chantel has products. I mean, everything that you could possibly want, you're going to find it on her website. Chantel, tell us your website.
So the website, of course, is www.cbiddingstherapy.com. You can connect with me there on Instagram or on Facebook. You can also follow my podcast, Time to Bloom, which is on Google, Apple, and Spotify.
Come on, podcast. Yes. I just love it. I just love it. And I love you, Chantel. I love the leader in you. I love what you're doing. You already know that I say that offline, but you all please connect with Chantel again. cbiddingstherapy.com. And you just launched your new website, right? I mean,
Yes, it is redone, fresh, exciting. I'm so excited about it. Listen, when Dr. Grant becomes a part of your life, she is going to prompt you to grow in every single area. She is definitely a leader that develops leaders, and I am so eternally grateful. She is my big sister, only by a year or so, but she's my big sister, and she is family now. She is family.
Absolutely, absolutely. So please tell your mom, especially, that I said hi, your family, kiss everybody for me. I love y'all. Once again, you all, again, get this book. I have pastors come to me and I'm like, listen, you need to contact Chantel, get her book for your teenage daughters, get this book for your women, your men, whomever. Again, C Biddings Therapy. Let that be in your head when you feel like you get ready just to lose it just a little bit. cbiddingstherapy.com. Thank you, Chantel, for staying to the end.
Thank you, Dr. Grant.
Yes.
Anything for you. Anything for you.
Oh, thank you. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your day. We got
love
one
you.
and our party is over. I love you. All right. See you later. Woo! You all. Oh, can y'all just feel it? So many books have been birthed and people are being impacted, and that's what it's all about. Listen, I'm gonna stop running my mouth because again, our party went a little bit long, but perhaps you're just chiming in. And if you have just chimed in, let me say you are right on time because I'm praying that he shares his story and his book with you. My brother, my friend from California. Hey, Dr. LaVon Davis.
Come on, sis. How you doing?
You holding it down for the men this
Oh,
week.
yeah. Wow.
First of all, thank you. And let me tell you what I'm saying thank you for. So, Dr. Davis, you all, I think you were my first client.
I was, yeah. I was the tester.
I think, yes, Dr. Davis was my first client. And again, they're speaking to you, but we want to speak to the business, to the purpose, whatever's lying within. You were my first client, and we walked through that process. So we learned some things together. And now here we are, what? I think it's 3 years, three and a half, something like that.
It's been a minute.
We've known each other forever. But listen, I'm going to drop off the screen. I'm going to go get your book, but I'm praying that you will share with the people about your first book, just a little bit about your story, and then let's get to your second book. Please bless the people, brother.
Before you drop the screen, though, I got to share a moment that when we first met, I had just been appointed jurisdictional youth pastor or youth president, and we were talking in the back doing introductions. And you said something, and I don't think you remember what you said, I said, what's your vision? And you started with, well, I'm a builder of leaders. I'm a builder of leaders. And I have to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing, but you blessed me. And I became a great jurisdictional youth president because of you. And now an author. You are a tremendous builder. And you didn't pay me to say that.
I didn't, I didn't think you to say that. Oh, I just love you. You know, you and Trina are family. So, all right, before you start making me cry, Davis, I'm going to just drop on off this screen. Please share with the people your story and your book.
I will. So I'm Dr. Davis. And again, thank you, Dr. Grant, for allowing this opportunity. I wrote a book called Convicted, Converted, Forgiven. And it is literally a story of mercy and grace and how God, no matter how far you get out, can bring you back into the kingdom and bring you into his perfect will. Just briefly, I grew up in a little quiet town called South Central Los Angeles. Nothing major really happens in that city, right? But at a young age, I started dealing drugs and just doing some outlandish and crazy stuff. And at the age of 15, I went to jail, committed 2 counts of first-degree murder. And let me tell you, people of God, I was guilty. I did that and some stuff that they didn't catch me of. But the story is that God is faithful, that regardless of how far I got out there, God had the ability to get into my life through a little lady named Cosetta Gray at the time, who ministered to me at my down point. The world had threw me away. The judge had threw the book at me. I had double life plus 2. And she ministered to me on one night, and I went back to my cell and prayed a real prayer. God, if you're real, then come into my life. But if you're not, then get away from me and don't bother me anymore. It was at that moment that I felt a burning sensation in my stomach, and God literally got a hold of me, and I felt the forgiveness from God. Didn't know much about God, didn't know much about Jesus. The next day got a Bible, and from that day my life tremendously changed. I met a chaplain who was full of the Holy Ghost, and he was able to minister to me and get a hold of me. And literally within a year's time, I got called back to court, and somehow, some way, God stuck his finger in the middle of it, and he turned my sentence. They had to throw it all out. They were waiting to extradite me to Florida for some drug trafficking charges and some other things, but God got a hold of it. And let me tell you, whom the Son set free is free indeed. God got a hold of my court case, turned it around. They had to throw out a lot of evidence, and I ended up doing 8.5 years, and God set me free. I can tell you, somebody who's watching right now, don't give up on your young people. I don't care how far they get out. I don't care what they do. It really doesn't matter. God, by his grace, has the ability to pull them out. His mercy is everlasting. His truth endureth to all generations. Never give up on your young people, because you never know what God has in store for them. I end up coming home 2 years early on my bit. I had a 10-year sentence from 15 to 25. They let me go at 23. And now the success story is that we were able to do quite a bit. I'm a pastor in the city of Sacramento, also a real estate agent, and just an entrepreneur, insurance agent, everything that they said we couldn't do. We challenged it, and God has allowed us to do it. Mercy is real. Grace is real. And in this particular time where it seems like the world is going to hell, do not lose hope. And that is what Convicted, Converted, forgiving is all about.
Oh, brother. I mean, you all, Davis's testimony and just how God has blessed his life. It continues to be a blessing to so many. You are pastoring now. I don't know if you threw that in. You are pastoring now, entrepreneur, real estate. I mean, God is so amazing. And the thing that I love about you is that you're raw. Like you don't sugarcoat anything, right?
No, you can't.
You can. And that's the genesis of your second book. So tell us about your second book that we were about to work together with.
That second book was a Lulu, and I call a little backlash for it. There it is, Organic Growth, Enough Church, Just Give Me God. And it's literally, can we just get past all the antics and get to a real relationship with God? And you talk about timeless. I really believe this book is timeless because when I wrote it, I had no idea what we would be facing today, right? Where individuals can't get to the building. But the truth of the matter is if you have an authentic relationship with God, you are the building.
Yeah.
You are the church. And so we have to grow past. Now, I'm a firm believer of a lot of the traditions that we have, but some of them need to be thrown out the window. And because we can't get past that, right? Individuals are running away from God and turning to all kind of stuff. So this book is about getting rid of all of the foolishness, all the antics. Just give me God, please.
Listen, if you just want God, if that's you this morning, you're saying enough church, just give me God. Hands raised, feet raised. That's me. Listen, I'm so over it. All I want is a pure relationship with God. I want you to type that in the comments. Enough church, just give me God. And after you get done typing, I need you all to visit my brother's website, Dr. LEDavis.live. Again, that's Dr. LEDavis.live. Make sure, number one, that you get his first book. Let's see if we can put that back up on the screen because that is going to just bless your life. And perhaps you know someone who is incarcerated. Go ahead and get this book for them. It's going to give them hope that no matter what the outcome is, that God is still faithful. That's what you said, Davis, right?
He's
That
still
God,
faithful.
God.
And I want to throw a plug in there. We just started a new website. It's called emergelive.network, and it has everything. Emergelive.network has our books. If you need a consultation as it relates to a youth or someone that's incarcerated, you can get that consultation right there. We'll help you in every way that we can. If you just feel like all hope is gone, hit us, emergelive.network, and we'll be able to be a blessing to you. Please pick it up. I'm currently trying to write a grant, sis, to get this book into the juvenile halls here in Northern California. We really want to be a blessing to them in their, at that bottom moment, get this book in their hands and allow it to be a blessing to them.
Woo, if you're a chaplain, if you work in prison ministry, I need y'all to connect with Dr. Davis. Brother, thank you so much. You said thank you to me, but thank you for trusting me with literally your first project was your life story.
Right.
Thank you for trusting me and our team. Really, back then, it was just me. I was the team.
You did the thing, though, and I'm excited because I still have some goals, and I really believe we still have about 5 books left in us, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm a leadership develop me lifer.
Yes, come on. Oh my goodness. Well, tell Trina I said hi. Davis, don't go anywhere. Again, you all. Our party went a little long today, but whether you started with us, if you stayed throughout the entire time, I invite you to go back, watch the replay. These are just authors who have poured their hearts out to you this morning. Again, we have 60 something authors in our chat. and more who are published, but we could only get 15 on the live session, and we were already at 2 hours. But this was a good movie then, right?
Oh
Shucks.
yeah, this was a party for real.
Yes, a movie lasts for 2 hours. So we pray that you have already finished your tea as we started in the beginning. And we pray that you have enjoyed the party with LDM Authors. We're going to do this annually, Davis, just to highlight some of our authors and what we're doing. Again, visit all of their websites, purchase their books, put them in your put them on your Christmas list, bless some people with their books. Their books are available. You see it there on their personal website, Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles. And if you're ready to publish a book, I invite you to just make a free consultation. And our website is leadershipdevelopme.com, and I'll be more than happy to speak with you so that we can push out your dreams. Davis, I did not do this on purpose, but you're the last one here, and you're an awesome man of God, and you're a pastor. So I'm just going to ask that you would pray for our live listeners, those who will watch the replay. Pray for our authors, however the Lord leads you. Let's just pray, and we'll see you all next time. Merry, Merry Christmas to you. Let's pray.
Father, we bless you and thank you for this awesome Christmas party of all of the authors. We celebrate them now. God, we speak life over their projects, over their businesses. We speak great success. Not only that, God, allow the seeds that are in these books to germinate across America. God, that people would be blessed by the reading of these stories and devotionals and coaching methods, God, that have been demonstrated on today. Let it be a prophetic voice to the world that Leadership Develop Me will build the leaders, God, that you have called them to be. Bless Sister Grant, God. Bless her mind, bless her hand as she continues to bring vision to life. And God, all of the listeners, God, regardless of where they may be in their life right now, allow them to be impacted by something that was said. And God, lead them to you. Strengthen, heal, develop, and set free. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen and amen.
Amen. Merry Christmas from
Merry
Leadership
Christmas.
Develop Me. Bye-bye, you all.
Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. The fireside is blazing bright.